have here a recent release from WizKids, part of their HeroClix line. It's kind of a sister game to the X-Wing miniatures game. This is Star Trek Attack Wing. This is, I believe I'm going to use a really similar system. Yes, as a matter of fact, you can see that the Flightpath, I guess that's the system that they're calling X-Wing, is trademarked in Fantasy Flight. So this is WizKids using Fantasy Flight's mechanics from X-Wing, but they've reskinned it for Star Trek. So it looks like you're going to get 3 ships to start out with. They already have lots of booster packs out to represent a few more from each of the races and some new races. I've seen some Dominion ships out also. So it looks like you get a nice big thing of tokens here. And get some little cards. The cards have kind of the same design to them as the Starfleet Captain's game. That same kind of look to them. You're going to get flight stands, you're going to get dice, and the dice are real similar. They're not exactly like X-Wing, but you can see you're going to have hits and misses and other things on there. Looks like you get a planet, double-sided. Maybe a moon and a planet there. You're going to get your long-range movement piece, the 6 movement, and then it looks like you're going to get some proton torpedo phaser themed measuring ruler for determining the range to hit. So I'll just take a look at one of the flight stands real quick. So this is going to be the stand, and it's going to be kind of keyed to go in there a specific way. See, it's not a full circle that the thing hits, it's got a little flat side to it. And it's got these little slots to stick cards in there. Then your ship will fit on that with another little hole card that we'll probably see in a minute. And the dice have a little marbleized effect to them. You can see they're kind of have a little streak pattern in them, kind of like marble. We'll flip through the cards here real quick. They like to make these bags tight. So the cards do have a fair bit of warp to them, and they are pretty thin. They don't feel quite as bad as the ones out of the Starfleet Captain's things, but they're not a real thick stock, and they do have quite a curve to them. Looks like you get a that ship that you have with the Federation can either be a Federation starship or the USS Enterprise D. You get just a generic captain there. You get Jean-Luc Picard, William Riker, Data, Geordi, Miles, O'Brien, Worf. And you get a card that gives you the Galaxy class movement options all all laid out on it. Looks like we have some action cards here: Engage, Antimatter Mines, Photon Torpedoes. We have the Romulan ship here, so it can either be the Kazara or it can just be a generic one. We have a generic captain called Torith, Bakra, Nivek. Then you have the Romulan ship's movement capabilities. It gets counterattack, artificial quantum singularity, and plasma torpedoes. You can see they have a little Romulan symbol down at the bottom to let you know who that card goes to. And then we have the Klingon ship here, and it is the Mata. We have a Klingon, just generic starship, a generic captain. Then we have Nudak, Clog, Conmel. Then you have the Klingon cruisers movement capabilities, and then you have it's going to have advanced weapon systems, tractor beam, and photon torpedoes. So those are going to be all your big cards. Kind of disappointed on the actual quality of the card, but I'm going to have them sleeved anyway, so maybe that'll help out. They do have a symbol on the top of the card too, so you can see which faction it's going to belong to. I'm going to try to stick it back in that bag. The bag's horrible. Okay, so we're going to have, looks like all these cards are going to have the same back to them. So it looks like you get a stunned helmsman. These must be wound cards. Console fire, and these must be the critical wounds. Communications failure, engine room fire, jam sensors, damage sensors, direct hits, injured captain, explosion. So you get the idea. You have all these special things that can happen, and then you just have just a regular wound on the back side there. So then we're going to have the rules manual. So you can see it's going to go open up and give you all the different contents, what you can expect to find, explain how they work, how to put the ship together on the dial. Goes through setup. Looks like it gives you can play 2 or 3 players. Goes through how a round works out, the different maneuvers and actions you can take, how combat works, what do you do to win the game, some additional rules. Looks like maybe some FAQs or what to happen when you hit special contingencies. You have the upgrades, and it looks like you have some advanced rules here, and an explanation of the tokens and obstacles. Looks like you get a few missions in here also, and looks like there's 8 expansion packs for it too. You can see there's the advertising their Starfleet captain, so it looks like there's 2 more Federation ships, the Enterprise, original Enterprise, from the original TV show, the Reliant. Looks like you have a couple of Klingon ships here, a couple of more Romulan ships, and then it looks like you have a couple of Dominion ships. So we'll look through the tokens real quick. Looks like you're going to get your tokens for your captains here, a little asteroid token, some disabled tokens. I'm not sure about those. And then you have your movement token. You can see those are shield tokens. So again, we have like a space station, some more shield tokens, some more movement pieces. What is that? This is action tokens. I'm not sure which action that is, but you can see we have objective tokens, more disabled tokens, mission tokens. And like a little minefield token there, some more shield tokens. Here we're going to have, some of your other character tokens, more shield tokens that are dial tokens, where you assemble the dial for each of the 3 ships for Federation, Romulan, Klingon. And then you have the double-sided ship things that fit on the base. So you have the generic version of the ship on one side, and then the named version of the ship on the other. And here we have some more action tokens for the different actions you can take. Some more movement tokens. Looks like maybe some critical hit tokens. Yeah, that's what those are. You also get a set of quick play rules, just to maybe get you started real quick, of course. So you can just kind of throw things together and play without having to get too in depth. And then you have the actual ships themselves. I wish they designed the box different. I ended up keeping all my X-Wing stuff in a tackle box. But here we have the Romulan ship, and they actually look much better in person than they do on any pictures I've seen on the website. Like when you go to buy it, they show kind of pictures of the ship, and they just don't look good. But these look nice here. So there's your Romulan ship. Have the Klingon ship here. And then we have the Galaxy class starship for the Federation. So it's the deflector dish and its nacelles. I don't know if it's just me. I always expected watching The Next Generation to see one of these Romulan ships. It always looked like the saucer section was meant to where it could fit in there. I always expected to see a Romulan ship capture the saucer section of the Enterprise, but you know, it just looks like it would fit almost just right in there. But that's everything that comes in Star Trek Attack Wing from WizKids.